Welcome to the holiday edition of Hayes Headlines. I'm Melissa Dixon from the Hayes Convention and Visitors Bureau.
And Sara Bloom with the Downtown Hayes Development Corporation. And we have so much to share with you happening in December.
I'm excited. There are things.
There are things. And you've got a great list of gifts that we're going to get to, but there's some events that are happening. It's going to be a great month.
Yeah.
And it's going to roll us right into 2021, clean slate.
That's right. Fresh, clean. Well, you've got, first thing, a tree lighting coming up December 4th.
I do, December 4th. Yeah, we've got a few things happening beginning in December. The tree lighting is our annual tree lighting, and we're so excited for the tree lighting this year because our Physical Improvement Committee took over the decorating of the tree with the permission of the City Parks Department.
Cranked it up a little bit.
Yes, and we are tripling the number of lights on it and just really trying to make it the biggest and brightest tree that we've had so far.
What time do we need to be there?
That starts, we're going to light the tree at 6 o'clock. That's when it gets dark. And then we'll announce other events on our Facebook page, so be watching for that. But Santa and Mrs. Claus are still making their way down from the North Pole very safely. We're going to have a couch in between them for the kids to sit on, so there's no lap sitting, but they can at least still tell them their wants and wishes and get a candy cane. But we'll have a few activities for the kids and families to do other than just watch the tree being lit, but it'll also be very safely COVID distanced. And of course, we've got the ice rink under the pavilion now too, so people can come out and enjoy that. But
so
that's here all through February. So lots of lights and winter activities to do on December 4th.
And the next day, where will the winter market be?
That will be inside the new Strand Event Center. We're very excited. It was actually in the Strand last year, but the Strand wasn't decorated, or it hadn't been it wasn't what it is now. So there was no lights or plumbing or heating, and so this year it'll just be gorgeous and hopefully filled with lots of fun homemade crafts and gifts and items and things like that.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, keep right on going. Tell me about Downtown Dollar giveaway.
Yes, so that's happening right now. It kicked off early November with our holiday open houses, and what that is if you go and shop at our downtown businesses, the participating businesses, if you spend a certain amount of money, and it might be different at every business, they're going to give you a ticket, and that enters you to win up to $3,000 in downtown dollars, and then those can be spent back in those businesses that participated in the program. This is, I think, our third or fourth year doing this. It gets bigger every year. I think people really know what it is now, and they know where to shop and how much to spend, and it's great seeing the crowd show up with the creative ways that they've been storing their tickets, whether it be in plastic sleeves or they've got them taped to different pieces of paper or whatever it might be on their phone. But we'll give all of that money away December 19th at 5 o'clock, again in the Strand, so you're not out in the cold like we were last year at the Pavilion. We'll be inside the Strand giving that away at 5 o'clock right before the Frost Fest Parade, which is that same night on the 19th.
I can't wait.
Yep.
So many things.
We're excited. Yeah, hopefully everything goes off without a hitch.
That's awesome. Well, one other thing I wanted to let people know about, a Tour of Lights contest, which I feel like is just exactly what I need right now.
Everybody needs some happy.
Compete with your neighbors on who has the best lights, like blow it out, Clark Griswold style.
Yep.
Register with Remax Pro by December 2nd, and you can get on the trail, on the tour. But even if you miss registration, you can still ride around and vote. I believe last year they did a text to vote, so it was super easy. But the locations, they'll be all over town because it's not limited. And the map should be ready around December 6th.
I want to say there was even some houses outside of Hayes.
I remember that too. I want to say there's somebody in Victoria.
Yeah, and Plainville, if I remember correctly. At least one or two in those. And I don't know if it went as far as Russell. Maybe if it defeated Plainville. But watch their website, because I'm sure there's going to be some great ones this year.
I'm trying to talk my family into it because we have a really big tree in front of the house. It would just be a perfect Christmas
I just
tree.
got my husband to say yes to just the basic lights on the house. So I'm not sure we're going to be entering, but we'll be looking.
Well, there is a cash prize. I don't know what kind of cash prize, but that's what I heard.
To pay for more lights next year. Yeah. It's our family tradition to load the kids up with ice cream and popcorn, and we make a whole trip around it. We go through the whole city and look at lights, and that's kind of just our annual thing. I love it.
It's the best. So there'll be some competitive spirit
Absolutely.
worked into that. We've got Big Creek Crossing is having a craft fair December 19th. That's always a good show. That's going to be 10 to 5 that day. And then one more thing to tuck into your calendar. if you're out and about at the Hayes Art Center, they're going to be having their 5-state photography show.
Yes.
With probably a little open house on small scale that first Saturday, December 5th, that they're open.
Yeah. It's been so sad not to have our art walks this year, but I'm so glad that they're continuing to go through the tradition of putting up all of the exhibits, and the gallery has been open and distanced. It's been wonderful.
You can still go see the shows.
Absolutely. Please still go support the gallery. Say hi to Brenda. But there's been some incredible pieces down there this year. It's been a lot of fun to watch. Hopefully everyone watching already helped with their auction and their fundraising, but yeah, please keep visiting the gallery, and hopefully they have a small open house. But that 5-state photography show is incredible.
And her gallery shop is a great place to get
homemade gifts, local artist gifts.
Local gifts that you can only get in Hayes, which I happen to have one right here I want to tell you about. This lantern is available at the historic fort site. When they do their Christmas event each year, which they will not be having this year, but in the future, they line the paths with luminaries. And if you've got somebody you're trying to buy for that has everything, they can get one of these with their name on it to be out at the fort. You can do it a memorial of somebody. They are $90, but it makes a great gift. And
it's forever. I mean, they will just keep adding them to the path. This will be a gift that keeps on giving. And if they're still alive, how cool would it be to try and find yours on the path as you're exploring?
For somebody who has everything. Also, Sarah, you have down at your place these beautiful Bethesda Christmas ornaments.
Yes, in magnets. They are with twine. And they're in the shape of Kansas with a little heart over Hayes, handmade by the men at Bethesda Place. We have a few other items from our downtown Hayes market vendors, like handmade earrings that you can purchase. So yeah, lots of fun stuff. Honeys and jams from Jensen Farms, grown right here, harvested here. The mushrooms then are grown here, but there's so many gifts that you can get only here in Hayes. You've got a whole list of them.
We've got stuff up at the Welcome Center at 2700 Vine. Things like the Kansas Guidebook for Adventurers, which is so fun if you're ready to do a road trip and explore your own neighborhood.
You're going to have to show this to Marcy so that she gets excited that we talked about her.
I know. That's a great group of ladies that put this together. So much work.
And you actually, if you have this book, it's really fun. You'll have to go out and follow Marcy's page, which is, I'm going to say it, Kansas Sampler Foundation, because she'll actually take the book and she will pull questions from the book and she'll do Facebook Live quizzes. And for every correct answer you have, it enters you to win. And it's fascinating. She's a great tourism partner for both of us, I know. And so go out and check out that page for a lot of great Kansas gifts. Many of them you can find in Hayes, but then it's just a really fun page that's very interactive for you to check out.
We'll be posting more ideas on our blog at visithays.com. And then I guess before we sign off, thank you to the Furniture Look for our beautiful decorations for the holidays. We're looking forward to seeing what else Karen Dreiling has down there at her place.
But stick with us. We've got 2 more segments coming up on Hayes Headlines.
It's about caring for the people we serve.
We're neighbors.
We're friends.
We are fellow Kansans.
We've got the best minds working on our network because you deserve the latest technology.
You can count on us to be there with our local customer care.
We don't settle for less than the newest devices, plans, and accessories at honest prices.
We're proud of our roots and excited about the future.
We're keeping Kansans connected.
This holiday season, it's more important than ever to support our local businesses.
They need us and they welcome our business.
Let's support our friends and neighbors who support us right here in Hayes.
Let's keep our money here in our community. Thank you for shopping local this holiday season. Keep it local. Shop Hayes.
At Next Generation, we're working to keep kids local, and you can help. Your gift of any amount provides opportunities for high school and college students to experience local careers with local businesses right here at home.
Opportunities for paid internships that teach students about their local community and prepare them with hands-on job skills now, so they are ready to remain local for the future.
Like me in Plainville.
Like me in Phillipsburg.
Students like me in Waukene.
Thank you for joining us for the second session of Hayes Headlines. My name is Sarah Wasinger, President and CEO of the Chamber in Hayes, Kansas, and I am excited to be joined by Sarah Meitner. She is the new Executive Director of the Heartland Community Foundation. So Sarah, you were recently appointed. What are you the most excited about?
Sure. Well, I'm still getting to know everybody in this position and getting to get out there and talk with people in the community about how Heartland Community Foundation has helped them. We, give a lot of money away in grants. We work with nonprofits as partners to try to do just the most wonderful things we can in Ellis, Trigo, and Rooks. So still getting to know everybody out in Trigo and Rooks. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I need to keep getting out there, but it's one I look forward to.
So you have two major grant cycles each year, and November marked the end of the second one for the year. So
yes.
When do you expect to announce who the recipients are?
Those recipients will be heard. We'll be hearing very soon, if not already. So keep an eye out in your inbox, and hopefully you'll get that check in the mail soon. But we do have another grant cycle. There's always another one coming. So March 15th, the next one will open, and it'll close May 15th. And can't wait to hear about what exciting projects people have going on.
So can you give some examples? One fun thing about you is you have been heavily involved in the community with the ARC Park.
Yes.
So what types of different programs or things could people write a grant for?
Sure. Well, it's really easy. It's really not that hard. That's what I've learned, and what I have been trying to tell people is that just apply, come and see. But we, I'm the board president with the ARC of Central Plains. And so I've been helping to spearhead the ARC Park development. My experience with Heartland Community Foundation was as a grant recipient. We received over $30,000 from Heartland over the span of a few years toward the project, which is a pretty substantial amount when you think about it. And it puts Heartland as one of the larger donors on the sponsor wall at the park. So that's pretty exciting. And the ARC will continue to apply, but I, as the executive director, have no bearing on the actual decision making when it comes to grants. We have a committee for that, and people within the community. So I will just be there as a resource. I have no voting. So they can continue to apply, and we can continue to work with the ARC as well. But there's school programs, there's government programs, there's walking trails, there's classroom initiatives, we've done projects out at Cedar Bluff, there's the sky's the limit. And that's really what drew me to the position more than anything, was that, I'm a dreamer. So to work with nonprofits and help them to dream, and to, maybe have a resource for the funds that can make those dreams come true. So I'll come. I want to meet with as many grant recipients as we can so I can hear what they have going on and see if I can connect any dots anywhere.
So you are governed by a board of directors. Do you want to talk about how many serve on the board?
Oh gosh,
or I might be putting you on the spot now. So
I think there's 14.
14. Very good.
There's 14, but it is made up of representatives from both Trigo and Rooks, because we serve all three counties. So I believe our president and our vice president are both outside Ellis now, which is exciting because it just is showing our commitment to all three counties and bringing them in to have a voice, definitely more than a voice at the table, but to definitely know that they're part of Heartland and what we're trying to do. So
right, it's important when you encompass more than just one county to make sure that the love is shared all around. So
definitely.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Obviously,
Sure.
You've got a beautiful family, and I know one of the beautiful family members was the inspiration behind ARC Park.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, my name. Well, obviously, I guess I always just start with my name. How silly is that? My husband Chad is a principal over at TMP, and we have 5 children. Our oldest is an 11th grader. We have a 9th grader, a 6th grader, a 3rd grader, and then our littlest is a kindergartner. He goes to Roosevelt and is in the STAR program there. He has Down syndrome, and he was the inspiration for the ARC Park. He really was the one that, we were having trouble finding a safe place for him to play, and from that was born this $1.5 million project. So we're very excited to be able to go there soon. His name is actually up on one of the main play structures. It says Abe's Farm on it. So, forever he'll know that we did that with him in mind. So.
Well, I just think it's a beautiful story. And I know the other day you shared that your word of the year was believe. And it's just incredible to see the conception and dreaming up this big project, and the fact that this spring we're actually going to have it here.
I can't believe it. I was just trying to think of what my new word will be. And now that it's the end of the year, it's time to start thinking about 2021. And I can't help but try to think of something that has to do, and I don't know yet. I don't know what my word is yet. But something that has to do with building and, rising with the park, but also with Heartland Community Foundation and all that I hope to do here, and following in the footsteps of the wonderful Sandy Jacobs. Is tough to do, but I look forward to that, and getting to know everybody in the community is, even more. So.
Well, we look forward to seeing all that you have to offer and bring to the table. We would be remiss in December to not talk quickly about chamber checks for keeping business local. So we have $5, $10, and $25 increments. They're on sale all this month. So if people want to come pick those up at the chamber office, 2700 Vine Street, they spend like cash in almost 500 businesses in Ellis County. So if you don't know what to buy someone on your shopping list, that's definitely a good
one
option.
For teachers.
Yes.
We have a lot of teachers to buy for.
So if people have big orders, we're taking pre-orders actually right now. So they can just give us a call at 785-628-8201 to do that. So a shout out to Karen at the Furniture Looking Beautiful Downtown Hayes for our set for today's show. And upcoming next, we have Sara Bloom and Philip Kuhn. They're going to be talking to us about all things downtown. So again, Sarah Meitner, it was such a treat. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
We really do look forward to see all that you'll add to the communities and the surrounding areas. So
thank you for having me. I'm excited to get to know everybody even more.
Stay tuned for the next session of Hayes Headlines.
The team at Homestead Assisted Living is a proud supporter of the Hayes community. Located just west of the Sternberg Natural History Museum, Homestead is a warm and welcoming community where residents receive compassionate care from licensed professionals. If you're curious about senior living options for yourself or a loved one, make Homestead your first call. Our kind and courteous staff would love to show you around and answer any questions you may have. Call us today to schedule a tour of Homestead or visit us online at homesteadofhayes.com.
Trust Rogers & Associates Insurance to keep your peace of mind through all the seasons in life. Whether you're cozy at home memory making with your family, on an outdoor adventure with the top down, floating on a boat, or in the middle of harvest, we can customize an insurance plan that's perfect for you. For all the seasons, we've got you covered. Call us or visit us online to learn more today.
At United Way of Ellis County, we believe education spans from cradle to career. It is through programs such as youth mentoring, parenting education, and financial literacy that we encourage the importance of education as a cornerstone for success. Access to education allows for higher earning potential and a more engaged community. The path to success begins early, and at United Way, we fight for the community's health, education, financial stability, and most importantly, you. Anyone can make a difference. Join our fight towards a better community today.
Welcome back to Hayes Headlines. Once again, I'm Sara Bloom with Downtown Hayes Development Corporation, joined by another special guest this December because we've got a lot happening in downtown Hayes, a lot of new businesses, and specifically, this guy over here is responsible for two new businesses that are hitting the bricks. This is Philip Kuhn, already an owner in downtown Hayes, and we want to talk to him about what other adventures that you are undertaking. So tell us, you just recently, 2 weeks ago, opened a brand new restaurant on Main Street.
Yes, well, thank you for having me.
Of course.
I just opened up Blue Smoke Barbecue. It's exciting. It used to be where the soda shop was on Main Street, so 804, and we still have all the fountain drinks and all the ice creams and all the sweet treats.
The shakes and the malts and the things that my kids crave, yes.
And then, but we switched the fare to barbecue. So we have brisket and smoked sausage and pulled pork sandwiches and all the different sides that you can imagine. And I think the most exciting thing that people have enjoyed since we've opened was putting the front door. That's like the number one comment
I was excited.
I get.
There's a ramp and there's two doors. You can get in both places without having to go through another location.
Exactly. So it's been an awesome experience so far. and we just continue to try to achieve probably the best barbecue in town.
Yeah,
so.
And you said smoked sausage, but actually majority of your menu is smoked. Yeah, you
Yeah.
want to talk about that process?
Yeah, so yeah, we have our smoker back there. So we do a Boston butt with a rub, a brisket, sausage, whole chicken, and we serve 1 meat combos, 2 meat combos, 3 meat combos, different sandwiches. We have 3 signature sandwiches on the menu right now, and we're just looking to really just provide a very good smoke. We don't carry over any of our product into the next day. So there's one thing that's kind of different about our restaurant than others is that when we run out of brisket or if we run out of pulled pork, that's kind of it for the day, because it really takes about 8 to 10 hours just to smoke some of these pieces of meat.
Sure. And now people in Kansas, they love their barbecue. So how would you describe this? Is it extra saucy, a little bit of saucy? Like what should they expect as far as type of barbecue?
So we actually, we don't sauce anything. Okay. I make 6 homemade barbecue sauces that the waitresses bring out to the table. One is like a vinegar base, one's Kansas City tomato base, one's more of a Memphis style with some of the mustard in it. So we try to hit all the areas with the barbecue sauce, but as far as the meat itself, we rub that down and stick it in the smoker, and then that's it. We don't sauce it. Because good barbecue shouldn't be covered with
You shouldn't
sauce.
have to sauce it. It should just be good on its own. It should be fall off the bone, delicious. Yeah, absolutely. You also purchased next door 802 Main.
Correct.
What's going in there, or what's already in there?
So what's already in there? What we're doing right now, since we got the barbecue restaurant open, we're now turning our attention to putting in a market, and we're calling it Kuhn's Market.
Because your last name is Philip Kuhn, although there is a little bit of building history too that I want to get to.
Correct. Yes. Okay. So we're going to put in Kuhn's Market, and it will be a grocery store that provides downtown Hayes with a service that probably much needed, actually, as far as meats and produce and just local dairy. We're gonna try to source as many things local as possible. Use Kansas-based companies in order to stock the shelves at the market.
I'm very excited for the grocery store. It's something that I've had a vision for in downtown for a long, long time, as you know. So this is very exciting to me because we have a lot of people that live downtown. We have a lot of Airbnbs and apartments that are going up. We have a very large college population who's right now the closest option is Big Dillon's, and a lot of our foreign exchange students are having to ride their bikes there. Now they can just ride downtown. It's a much shorter trip for them. I'm very excited. I think it's going to do wonderfully. Before we talk about the basement, because I want to talk about what you're doing in the basement too, let's talk a little bit about the building because we touched on it. What is significant about Kuhn's going on the building? What are some things besides the doors that you are bringing back to life and revitalizing on that building?
Well, so as you know, about 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, we already started pulling off all of the facade and uncovering the original brick on the building.
And windows.
And windows and the decor. So what we're doing is we're trying to source people to redo some of those moldings and the bricks that are on there to kind of touch up the building to its original space. And it was actually quite interesting when we were first tearing it off. The previous owners of the building stopped by, and their last name is Tholen, so you'll actually see Tholen and Tholen on the building. And it used to actually be Kuhn's Diamond Jewelers back in the day, so it's kind of fitting that we repurchase this, and we're going to put the last name back on the building.
Kuhn's back on the building. Really fast, what's going on in the basement? I'm excited for this too because you're actually going to be creating, and tell me if I'm wrong, hydroponic system that will then be sourcing the restaurants and other restaurants, yes?
Absolutely. So we had a local source of hydroponics that they grew their own herbs and lettuces, and they recently sold their business and they reached out to me to see if we could build a bigger one. So in the basement, we're going to put a fully functioning hydroponic system. There's going to be rows and rows that we're going to be able to not only provide for our restaurants, The Press and Blue Smoke Barbecue, but we're also going to sell it out of Kuhn's Market, and then we're also going to try to give it to and source it to the other restaurants downtown.
Very cool. Well, congratulations. Thank you for investing in downtown. I don't think we mentioned it. You also own The Press, so make sure you're checking that out. But for sure, check out the 2 new businesses at 804 and 802 Main. Do you want to give your website really fast?
Yes, so we have hazepress.com, bluesmokebarbecue.com, and coonsmarket.com.
Perfect. There's a lot of new businesses in downtown. I know we talked about the Strand and Sake Tumi last month. Body and Soul's in a new location. Home Elements by Jenny and Halo Massage, Cena Massage, Bricks Rock and Barbecue. Sore Loser Tattoo is getting ready to open next year, very early. Be watching downtownhaze.com for all of those developments, and we will have lots of brick presentations that you can see on our Facebook page as well to celebrate all of the new happening on the bricks in downtown Haze. This has been the December episode of Haze Headlines. Thanks for joining us. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2021.
Robert Riedel here with your Coldwell Banker Executive Realty Fall Market Update. Selling season is winding down and sales volume is returning to normal levels. In fact, September was remarkably normal. And I say that because on a year-to-date basis, our sales numbers are far ahead of 2019 levels. Perhaps that normalization is due to the drawdown in inventory. This limited inventory is causing sales prices to be near 97% of list price. It has also caused our homes to pick from to fall by 26% since last year. This has made our market very competitive and homes are selling very quickly, which might lead some homeowners to decide to try to do it themselves, but take caution. Home prices are up over 10% since last year, and trying to do it yourself may end up costing far more than engaging a professional. So if you've been thinking about selling your home, reach out to any one of our highly qualified professionals here at Coldwell Banker Executive Realty.